I found my wedding planner's phone with texts from my fiancé at 3 a.m. What I did at the altar shocked everyone. 3 days before my wedding, I discovered my fiancé had been sleeping with our wedding planner for months. Instead of canceling, I decided to give them both the ceremony they deserved. James and I had been together for 5 years. I'd spent $32,000 on our perfect day virtual money saved while working 2 jobs and living with roommates. Meanwhile, he insisted we hire Madison, the best wedding planner in Chicago, who charged double what others did but kept giving us special discounts. I thought it was strange when Madison started showing up at our apartment for emergency planning sessions when I was working late shifts at the hospital, but I trusted James completely until I didn't. That night, Madison accidentally left her phone on our coffee table after one of their meetings. At 2 a.m. it lit up with a text from James. "Last night was amazing. Can't wait until she's working tomorrow so we can continue where we left off." I scrolled up. Photos I'll never unsee, plans to meet in our bed while I work 12-hour nursing shifts caring for cancer patients. I called my best friend Zoe crying, "Cancel everything," she said immediately. "No," I replied, suddenly calm. "The wedding is happening exactly as planned over the next 3 days." I smiled through our rehearsal dinner. I got my hair and nails done with Madison, who kept gushing about how lucky I was to marry such an amazing man. I nodded and thanked her for making our day so special. On the wedding day, I walked down the aisle in my $4,900 dress toward James, who had tears in his eyes. And real ones. He was always good at that. Madison stood proudly in the front row, wearing the gold necklace I now recognized from their texts bared his secret gift. When the minister asked if I would take James to be my husband, I smiled sweetly and said, "Before I answer that, I'd like to share some readings that capture our relationship." From my bouquet, I pulled out printed birdas of their texts, dozens of them, showing dates, explicit messages, and plans they'd made for after we were married. "James and Madison have a beautiful love story," I announced to our 175 guests, "and I deserve better than being the cover story for their affair." I turned to Madison. "The venue is paid for until midnight. The bar is open exclamation. Please stay and celebrate honesty and self-worth with me, James. Your things are with your brother. The honeymoon tickets are in my name only, and I leave tomorrow." The silence was deafening until my 84-year-old grandmother stood up and started applauding. Madison tried to explain it was just physical and didn't mean anything, but no one would even look at her. I kicked off my heels, asked the DJ to play Truth Hurts by Lizzo, and had my first dance with my dad, who whispered, "I've never been prouder." Later, Zoe found me sitting alone. "Are you okay?" she asked cautiously. "I just spent thousands on the most expensive self-respect lesson ever," I laughed, "but for the first time in years, I feel completely free." 6 months later, I am dating a pediatric surgeon I met on my honeymoon to Greece, which James had paid for. Last week, I received a wedding invitation from one of the guests at my non-wedding. On the RSVP card, I wrote, "We're attending." Elayed the hard way that celebrating authentic love is all that matters. Sometimes the happiest ending isn't the one you planned, it's the one you have the courage to choose for yourself.